Thanks for tuning in, and today I want to talk about the Milwaukee Fastback 6-in-1 utility knife. But before I do, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to help support my channel. I'd really appreciate it. I really want to talk about it in context whether or not overly hyped EDC products and items are really worth it or if they live up to the hype. This is one of the products that I bought definitely after watching many YouTube videos, influencers, and reviewers talking about and raving about this knife. And so I went out and bought it specifically because of that reason. And I want to just talk about it and then also give you my recommendations at the end. Now, the Milwaukee Fastback 6-in-1, it does live up to the hype because it's only $20 and you can walk into any Home Depot and pick this up whenever you need it. So it's very convenient. I'm not going to go over all of the features because, like I said, you can just type it in and you're going to get a plethora of reviews that you can watch on your own. But I do want to go over mention a few things. First thing is the button lock. I absolutely love this button lock, and to be able to open the knife very quickly, maybe you're on a job site or working on a project and you only have one hand, and so to be able to open it with ease like this with the button lock is definitely a nice feature. Also, to change out the blade, all you have to do is press this little button and it pops right out. So very, very easy to change out the blade. I really appreciate that. And it even comes, if you look at the liner, a little place to store an extra blade as well. So you've got a wire cutter stripper there, and then when you close it, you've got a bottle opener, a wire pocket clip, which is not the best. I think this is mainly for like a tool pouch, but not for my pocket, especially not for my pocket. It kind of gets snagged on things and it's very, very stiff. You got a lanyard hole right here, and then a driver, which is surprisingly one of the best drivers on any multi-tool that I've ever used. It comes out really, really far and also centered, so it doesn't feel awkward to use as a driver. And it's got a liner lock that locks it into 2 positions. So with all those features, I think it's well worth the $20 price tag. And even ergonomics. You've got a really nice large cutout for your index finger and jimping up at the top for your thumb to rest on. And you can see in terms of design, it's kind of sloped. So when you go to pick it up, your thumb just kind of naturally goes right there. So really, really good ergonomics. But the reason I don't want to recommend or can't recommend this knife as an EDC item is because when you have a multi-tool like this, there are definitely some trade-offs. And the big trade-offs with this are the weight and its size. So when you pick up this, I don't remember how much it weighs offhand officially, but even just picking it up for the first time, you can just tell that this is a very heavy knife. So that's not really compelling or conducive to everyday carry. The next thing is the size. The size makes it almost too big for everyday carry, and not only just in terms of length, but also thickness. Compared to something like the O-Knife O-Tackle U1, yes, it doesn't have all of the features that the Milwaukee Fastback has, but as you can see, it's a lot smaller, not just in terms of length, but if you look, you can see it's a lot thinner than the Milwaukee Fastback, and also in turn a lot less heavier. So it's very, very lightweight, and I absolutely love this. Yes, it's not as easy to switch out the blade. This one, you have to unscrew this little screw here in order to swap it out. But, like I said, it's all about trade-offs. So it really just depends on what is important to you. This obviously is going for a more rugged utilitarian design. And I just think like the design, if you're looking at this for EDC, is very clunky and clumsy. It could be refined. Maybe they'll release an updated version where they can shave off some of the weight and make it a little thinner. That would be really nice. And then maybe it could be considered for EDC. But this is more just for your car or a tool pouch or maybe a toolbox, something like that. This is definitely not made for someone who's going to be carrying this around on a daily basis in their pocket or just on their person in general. So what I would recommend, even though it's 2 different items, is if you really needed a knife and then the driver, something like the O-Knife O-Tackle U1, which has thumb studs, a crossbar lock, G10 scales, a pocket clip, which isn't reversible, but that's okay. Just really fantastic little knife because of the size, it's a much more compelling item for everyday carry, along with the O-Knife O-Tackle D1 driver. And you've got 4 double-sided bits that are housed in this little compartment here. You take it out and you can have your choice of bits here, and you're ready to go if you need to screw something in. It's not as robust as this driver, but again, it really just depends on your use case. But when it comes to everyday carry, Milwaukee Fastback, even though it lives up to the hype, and I think it does offer a lot of features for $20 you probably wouldn't find elsewhere, I just can't recommend this for everyday carry. So you can let me know what you think. Does it live up to the hype? Yes. But is it something that I can recommend? No, because I've had this for 8 months, and for about 7 of the 8 months, it's just been collecting dust in my toolbox. It's not something that I reach for on a regular basis, or even just in general. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. There's this phrase in the EDC community, use it or lose it. So I may give this away or just keep it in my toolbox on those rare occasions where I would need something like this. But I think this right here, this combination is a much more compelling package when it comes to EDC. So let me know your thoughts and comments below as always. And until the next video, God bless.